Naimbag na aldaw kanyayo aming kakabsat. Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat and welcome sa Usapang Tito Manny. Ito na nga ba yung sinasabi natin? Kung mga past few weeks ay 41% ng mga Pinoy ang gustong ma-impeach si Sara Duterte, yan po inilabas na isang survey firm. Ngayon naman, latest survey ng Tangeray, 73% ng mga Pinoy, ulitin ko po 73% ng mga Pinoy bet harapin ni VP Sara Senate Impeachment Court. So kung yung mga dating survey ay 41% ang gustong ma-impeach siya, yan po ay naganap na. Na-impeach na po si Sara Duterte. Marami pa rin po sa atin ang nalilito dyan sa impeach na yan. Si Sara Duterte po ay na-impeach na. Ang kulang na lang po ay ang conviction ng Senado. So kailangan pong harapin ni Sara Duterte ang impeachment court para po malinis niya ang kanyang pangalan. Ito po ang pagkakataon. Dahil pinagpipilitan ng kampo ni Sara at ni Sara mismo na wala siyang nagawang pagkakamali, wala siyang nagawang anomalya. At kung noon sinabi niya handa siyang harapin ang impeachment trial, ngayon sinasabi niya na pwede naman na hindi siya humarap sa impeachment trial. Ano ba talaga? Talagang nasa dugo ng mga Duterte ang paiba-iba ng statement. Paano yan? 73% ng Pinoy gustong paharapin si Sara Duterte sa impeachment court. Siyempre, iba gustong malaman, totoo ba yung mga anomalyang ginawa ni Sara Duterte? Totoo ba yung pagbabanta niya sa ating presidente? Totoo ba yung pagwawaldas niya sa pera ng bayan? Doon po masasagot yan sa impeachment trial. Bakit ngayon parang takot na takot ng harapin ni Sara Duterte yung trial? At ngayon, galing po ito sa GMA News. Mindanao lawyers and others filed a petition asking the Supreme Court to stop the impeachment proceedings of Vice President Sara Duterte, arguing it is based on a defective articles of impeachment. Bakit nag-file pa kayo ng ganyan? Sinabi na nga mismo ni Sara Duterte na welcome sa kanya yung impeachment trial. At sa tingin po ba ninyo, may magagawa ang Supreme Court? Ako po, hindi abogado, pero alam ko po na yung tatlong branches of government natin, namely executive, legislative, and judicial, ay may kanya-kanyang trabaho po yan at may kanya-kanyang powers. At sa tingin ko, hindi pwedeng mangialam ang Supreme Court, yung judicial, sa legislative. Dahil meron pong karapatan ang legislative o yung House of Representatives na gawin yung ginawa nila, yung ipa-impeach si Sara Duterte. Pero sige, okay lang. Demanda kayo ng demanda. Tingnan natin kung ano mangyayari. Kasi ito, learning process din for us Filipinos. Nagdemanda sila, malalaman natin ang resulta. Mapapahinto ba ang impeachment o hindi? Tulad na lang nung GAA, hindi ba may nagdemanda din kay Martin Romualdez at ilang mga kongresista? Ang nakakapagtaka lang, demanda yung mga taga-house pero walang isinama mga senador. Hihintayin din po natin ang magiging resulta nun. Tulad nga na sinabi ko, para sa akin, na wala namang alam sa batas at natututo sa ganito mga galawan, learning process po sa ating lahat yan. So malalaman din natin kung ipapahinto ng Supreme Court ang impeachment proceedings ni Vice President Sara Duterte. So malamang marami na naman ang magwawagwagan ng dila, sasabihin nila na fake yung survey na yan kung saan 73% ng Pinoy gustong ipaharap kay Sara Duterte ang impeachment trial. Sabi po dito sa Philippine News Agency, survey validates need for VP Sara impeachment trial. Ako, Bicol Party List Representative Jill Bongalon, one of the House of Representatives' impeachment prosecutors, viewed the recent Tangeray survey results as a validation of an overwhelming need to proceed with Vice President Sara Duterte's impeachment trial. The lawmaker said the survey reflects the populace's demand for accountability. Sabi po ni Bongalon, the survey results are a clear indication that the Filipino people are calling for justice and transparency. As representatives of the people, it is our duty to heed this call and ensure that the impeachment process moves forward. A Tangeray survey conducted from February 10 to 12, 2025 revealed that 73% of Filipinos believe Duterte should face a Senate impeachment trial over allegations of plotting to assassinate President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., First Lady Lisa Araneta Marcos, and Speaker Ferdinand Martin Romualdez. Dagdag pa ni Pungalon, ang malinaw dito, nais ng ating mga kababayan na managot ang sinumang lumalabag sa batas, kahit pa ito'y isa sa pinakamataas na opisyal ng bansa. The impeachment complaint, endorsed by 215 members of the House of Representatives, accuses Duterte of culpable violation of the Constitution, betrayal of public trust, graft and corruption, and other high crimes. With such overwhelming support from both the public and our fellow lawmakers, it is imperative that the Senate constitutes itself as an impeachment court to address these serious allegations. The survey further indicated that 51% of respondents support the impeachment complaint filed by Congress, while 53% agree that Duterte should be tried for the alleged misuse of confidential funds of the Office of the Vice President and the Department of Education, which she used to head. These figures reflect a significant portion of our population demanding transparency and accountability in the use of public funds. Suma total, 73% ng mga Pinoy ang nagsasabing dapat harapin ni Sara Duterte ang impeachment court. Kung 73% ng Pinoy ang gustong makita si Sara Duterte sa impeachment court, nasaan na yung sinasabi ng kampo ni Sara Duterte na 32 million supporters niya? Wala na pong 32 million. In fact, kailangan pang gumawa ng fake news ang kampo ni Sara Duterte para paniwalain ang mga supporters niya na solid pa rin ang suporta nila kay Sara Duterte. Nakita niyo ba yung fake news na yon? Na naglabas daw ang Okta Research ng survey na lumalabas na napakataas ng trust rating ni Sara Duterte. If I am not mistaken, mga 70+%. O ito ang pantapat nila doon sa 73% na Pinoy na gustong makitang ma-impeach, ma-convict si Sara Duterte. Pero totoo bang mataas pa rin ang trust rating ni Sara Duterte? Ayon po dito sa balita, Okta refutes claims VP Sara trust rating higher than PBBM. Okta Research Incorporated refuted on Monday claims circulating online that Vice President Sara Duterte received higher public trust and performance ratings than President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. in a supposed February 10 survey. In an official statement, Okta Research President Ranjit Rai categorically denied the existence of such a survey, clarifying that no study of this nature had been conducted. Sabi po ng Okta Research, we would like to categorically deny the existence of such a survey. Okta Research has not conducted any study of this nature. To ensure transparency, we remind the public that all official survey results from Okta Research are first published on our official Facebook page. So hindi po ba nakakaawa na itong kampo ni Sara Duterte na kailangan nilang mag-resort sa fake news para mapaniwala ang kanilang mga kampon, ang kanilang mga supporters na mataas pa rin ang trust rating ni Sara Duterte. Sa mga DDS supporters, nire-respeto ko po na kayo ay talaga mga fanatiko ng mga Duterte. Pero tingnan niyo po ang mga kaganapan ngayon. Pinaglololoko na lang kayo ng kampo ng mga Duterte. Pinaniniwala kayo sa pamamagitan ng fake news na mataas pa rin ang ratings ni Sara. Pinaniniwala kayo na solid pa rin ang 32 million na bumoto kay Sara Duterte. E dito nga sa isang survey ng SWS, yung trust rating ni Sara Duterte noong December ay plus 23. Bumaba ito ngayong January ng plus 19. So nasaan na yung 32 million? Sa totoo lang po, ilusyon na lang po ni Sara Duterte na meron pa siyang 32 million supporters. Yes, nagkaroon siya ng 32 million voters, pero ngayon, supporters na. Dahil ayon po sa isang article na nabasa ko, Sara Duterte no longer has 32 million supporters since the majority of her votes came from the Marcos loyalists, whose supporters can be found all over the Philippines and even abroad. Inday Sara was voted by the Marcos loyalists because of her tandem with PBBM. Their support was not for Inday Sara but for the Marcos-Duterte tandem. It is important to note that in 2016, her father Digong used his connection with the Marcoses several times to gain votes from the Marcos loyalists. This contributed to the success of his campaign. However, this also gave many loyalists a reason to support the Dutertes due to their connection with the Marcoses. To understand the true number of Duterte's supporters, it is also important to look at the vote count of Alan Cayetano in 2016. He only garnered 5 million votes as Duterte's running mate, which shows that without the support of the Marcos loyalists, Duterte's base is smaller than believed. If we analyze the voter population or bailiwick base by region, we can see that the strong support of the Marcos loyalists is in Luzon, including NCR, where the majority of their votes come from. Their influence also extends to parts of Visayas and Mindanao, which are the strongholds of his mother and relatives, as they continue to strengthen their base in these regions. In recent Kalye surveys, when asked who people trust more, PBBM or Sara Duterte, the majority chose PBBM, with Sara trailing far behind. In December 2024, Okta Research released results comparing the number of pro-Marcos and pro-Duterte supporters. It showed that 38% were pro-Marcos and only 15% were pro-Duterte. In 2022, Sara Duterte still had high survey ratings, but because of the decline in trust from the Marcos loyalists, her trust and satisfaction ratings continued to drop, while PBBM's ratings remained stable. A clear sign of the declining support for the Dutertes is the result of the PDP's senatorial candidates. According to major survey firms, their candidates consistently have low ratings, and none of them, except for Bongo, are likely to make it to the Magic 12. Meanwhile, the candidates supported by President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. have strong survey results and are likely to secure a spot in the Magic 12 due to the solid backing of the Marcos loyalists. Another clear sign of the declining support for the Dutertes is the nature of their political sorties. Duterte's events are usually held in small venues, while President Bongbong Marcos's rallies are held in open spaces and are crowded with people. This shows that the support for Marcos remains widespread and enthusiastic. It is also noticeable that there are more troll armies online than in their campaign sorties. Clearly, they are manipulating social media to make it appear that they have more support than they actually do. This online activity boosts their false image, making it seem like they have more supporters than they really do. Even with many fabricated attacks against PBBM, the people's trust and satisfaction with the president remain high and unshaken. Despite the attacks, his popularity has not declined and has instead strengthened the foundation of his leadership. The only thing the Dutertes can do to make it seem like they still have many supporters is to create fake social media accounts and hire troll armies to make it appear as if their support is widespread. This is clearly what they are doing with their attacks now. The reality here is that they continue to amplify their lies and manipulation in the online world to show that they have a lot of supporters But despite all of this, the truth will always prevail, and they will never be able to hide it forever. As more and more people see through their dirty tactics, it becomes increasingly difficult for them to hide the true number of their supporters. And in the end, if Sara Duterte aspires to the presidency, she can already forget about expecting support from the large strongholds of the Marcoses, which helped win the election for both her father and herself in 2022. It is highly unlikely she can win without the support of the Marcos loyalists. So dalawang bagay lang po ang masasabi ko sa artikulong ito. Wala na po ang Duterte Magic at ang 32 million na sinasabi ni Sara Duterte ay isang ilusyon na lamang. Kayo po, ano ang masasabi ninyo? Comment lang po down below and I will see you in my next video. Diyos ti Agnina.